Welcome back to the Global Business Report. I'm Idia ICN reporting to you this afternoon from Nigeria's commercial capital, Lagos. In the African society, when a woman rises to the zenith of her career in either the public or private sector, it is seen as a record-breaking achievement. According to reports, unlocking the potential of Africa's successful transformation requires concurrently removing barriers to women's leadership and participation. This adds to the fact that the development of the continent is inherently interlinked with the progress of its women. On this story, this day features correspondent Ugo Alio joins me in the studio. Hello, Ugo, welcome.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay, so we know the likes of Abimbola, Izu, Ibukun, Awoshika,
Yes.
and co.
Yes.
But there's not many women like that.
Yes.
So could you just speak to us more on women representation in corporate boards and what your take is?
Women representation in corporate board is a serious challenge for women upward mobility in the workplace, principally because we live in a society that is patriarchal in nature. It's male-dominated. So as a result, there are factors that impede women's rise in the workplace to positions of managing directors, chairman of corporate board, chairman of organizations, and MDs. So it's a serious challenge. But in Africa, there are countries where women inclusion at corporate board is at a high percentage, and while in some other countries at a low percentage. For instance, in Kenya, the figure is 19.8% women inclusion in corporate board. That is the highest in Africa. Then closely followed by Ghana, that is 17.7%. South Africa has 17.4%. Botswana and Zambia has 16.9% respectively. That is the figure, the percentage in terms of women inclusion in corporate board. Then on the low side of it, we have Côte d'Ivoire that has 5.1%. We have Tunisia 7.9%. We have Egypt 8.2%. Then we have Morocco, that is 5.9%, and then Uganda, that is 12.7%. So these are the statistics of women representation in corporate board. Kenya, being the highest in Africa, has an organization called the Eastern African Breweries Limited, where the figure of women representation at the corporate board level is 45.5%, closely followed by South Africa, that is making remarkable progress in including women in corporate board. That has Impeller. There's a company called Impeller Platinum Holdings in South Africa. It has women representation at 38.5%.
Okay, so Kenya, then followed by South Africa?
Yes, Kenya followed by South Africa. So the representation is high, but internationally, Norway has made remarkable progress. Norway has 40.1% women representation in corporate board. Before, in 2003, Norway had passed into law the gender quota policy. What is the gender quota policy aimed at doing? It's aimed at ensuring that organizations and firms in Norway increase women representation from 7%, which it was before 2003, to 40.1%. So on the average, Norway is 40.1%, as against the world average of 15%. So these are key factors that countries are doing to increase women representation. If you look at the Nigerian media industry, we have just 3 women who have edited the National Daily. We have Dr. Doyin Abiola of National Concord. We have Ijoma Nwogugu, former editor of This Day. Then we have Funke Egomode, who is the managing director and also the editor of the New Telegraph.
Yeah, but initially you had mentioned factors that have stopped many of these women from being represented evenly in boards. So what are some of those factors that are affecting women's rise to corporate boards and the peaks of their career?
The first, to answer that question, let's look at the issue of glass ceiling, the glass ceiling theory. The glass ceiling theory simply states that there are impregnable factors. There are serious challenges that impede women vertical mobility in the workplace. So as they rise in the workplace, those factors come up. As they grow in the workplace, those factors come up. So you hear a situation where a woman is to be made a managing director in a company, and the people are bringing up insinuation: can she really cope? Would she be judgmental? Would she not be emotional in handling issues? We should be logical in handling
So
issues.
the specific factors are?
So another factor is the patriarchal nature of Nigerian society.
Patriarchal, the glass ceiling.
Yeah, the glass ceiling, patriarchal nature of the Nigerian society. Then family life. So a married woman, when she gets to her childbearing age, it becomes a challenge to rise to the peak, combining family life and career life. The pressure is not...
Because we're running out of time, I just want to know, what are some of the ways to address these things, like some of the solutions to address these factors?
We have to implement laws, enabling laws that would increase women participation in corporate board. Government should make sure that organizations and firms in Nigeria increase women representation at corporate board. We'll have these laws in place, but implementation is key. So we'll have to implement these laws. Then women on their part should join organization, interest group that promote women's rights, such as Whisker, Wimbies, and a whole lot of others.
Thank you so much. Ugo Alio, This Day Features correspondent, and we've been talking about women in governance. That's it for this edition of the Global Business Report. Please keep it here on Arise News. But for now, on behalf of the teams here in Lagos, as well as London and Johannesburg, thanks for watching.